All right. Welcome back. And we're live here with the Good Trouble HBCU Takeover. So we're here with my guy, Sylvester Johnson III, who is the National Volunteer Manager for the Vote Riders. So thank you for coming on. Sylvester, a lot of people may not know. So can you tell us a little bit about the work you do at Vote Riders and how you try to support the voters?
Yeah, so Vote Riders is a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization, and we focus on voter ID laws and helping people get more education about voter ID and obtaining a voter ID if they need that assistance. There's 35 voter ID states throughout the nation. You may live in one, you may not, but just having that education, that background, can serve you and help you serve others, and just make a bigger, more aware voting class. So I love what I do at Vote Riders. Love.
Yes, servitude is a beautiful thing. So that's what I'm hearing is a lot of servitude. And speaking of servitude, it's Good Trouble Sunday. Can you tell us what Congressman John Lewis meant to you?
Yes, so like I've gotten a sneak peek of Good Trouble, and I was very excited to watch it. But I've actually been in rooms with John Lewis, and he's his presence is so overwhelming, and just his mission to for equality for everyone. You just want to mirror that in your own possible way. So I think I've always tried to find my own way to make good trouble, and that's what I'm doing here at Boat Riders. That's what we look to do, and just to inspire others the way he inspires me when I'm in the room, when you watch the movie, and when you just hear his voice in general.
I love that. I love that. And so, as we know, 25% of the voting age of black citizens don't have a current government issued ID. Now, that's about, I don't know, 585,000 black voters just in Georgia who are at risk of not being able to vote. Who else is affected by the voter ID laws in states like Georgia and North Carolina?
Yeah, and so at Boat Riders, we work with a lot of different populations, as you mentioned. It's very high in the African American community. We
Mhm.
work with students. We see that a lot. People, students, younger adults. We work with women who may have changed their name due to marriage or divorce, so their paperwork may not always match. Elderly folks who may have had an ID at some point, but it's lapsed or expired. And then low income communities. These are communities we work with every day. We speak with them. They interact with us on our social media. They reach out to us via our helpline, and we try to help them navigate the process so that when November comes or whenever their next election comes in their state or their locality, they're ready to participate.
No, I love that. I love that. And you spoke about low income. I also have been reading about how the homeless community is one that's dramatically affected because of that as well. And watching the documentary, I was in awe that Congressman Lewis, he was a college student when he was joining the movement. Can you talk about what role college students play, HBCUs in particular, have in the turnout when it comes to the voting?
Yes, and so of course you see me repping Howard, but
I
I
see you.
HU. And so I think it's very important just because Howard and college students and HBCUs, especially, you're that connector to the folks back home, to your larger community. So I just tell them to share your experiences, share the knowledge you're going. You get so much just being on campus, being inside the classroom, just being around all that blackness, and just to be able to share it and be that outlet so other people can be privy to that information because you get to take up so much. You're like a sponge, but you got to release it too, so other people can have that, and they may not be able to be at Howard or Clark or Spelman or somewhere else, but they can still get some of the lessons that you're getting. And that's what I think the most important thing is to share, to be involved, and to make sure that you're amplifying whatever you're hearing on campus, hearing in your classrooms, into the bigger community.
I love that. I love that being a source of energy, being a source of education. Now, we're talking about Howard, so I have to ask how excited is the Howard community? You guys landed a big time top 15 recruit. What's the vibe? What's the energy like at Howard around the Howard community?
I am Maker Mob. I follow him on Instagram.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very excited. I just like that it's giving us a bigger platform. We've always been known for our academics going up against Harvard all
Yep.
the time and showing them up. But we definitely have the sports. We definitely have the means to be a great powerhouse in basketball, football, cheerleading, any sport you want to name.
You
So I'm glad
name it.
I'm glad that he decided to come to Howard, number 16, very high recruit. And so I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I know the tickets used to be free. They may not be free too much longer when you're about to watch a game, but I'm going to pay to see it because I think we're going to go to the dance, go pretty far. And I'm excited what's going to happen 4 years down the road when he's a top 10 draft pick and they all see that he came out of Howard and then what our recruiting class looks like.
Absolutely, absolutely. And see, I'm glad that I asked that because that's the energy people need to see. It's a welcome environment. I know there's some other recruits like a Mikey Williams who has talked about, look, okay, so what the Howard University, they have already made the maker mob. So for Mikey, y'all might have to make another one, but that's the right direction, and that's exactly what we're trying to do here. So I'm looking forward to getting in some good trouble myself leading up to the elections. But before we let you go, where can people learn more about the voter ID laws and make sure that they have the right ID to vote?
Yes, so please, if you have any questions, reach out to us, voteriders.org. Go to our website. We have information about voter ID laws in all 50 states, even absentee ballot voting. Some states you need a voter ID when you're voting absentee. So that information. And then if you have a question, you want to text us or call us, you can call our helpline number. That number is 844-336-8743. So just reach out to me, reach out to our staff. We're going to follow up with you and we're going to make sure that your voice is heard.
Okay, so that's voteriders.org if they want to get a hold of you guys. And then you could also text Good Trouble. Now, I know you said 844-338-8743. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys, you've heard it. Get in touch because votewriters.org, they're helping people be educated to get to the polls what you need when you're at the polls so that you're not turned away. Please, please, please educate yourself, educate your community,